on the anniversary of D-Day. It happened 81 years ago today. I want to remember my grandfather. He joined the U.S. Army in 1942. He spent over a year in England preparing for invasion, and he landed in Normandy about a month after D-Day. And that was when they were still unloading. They were still fighting the Nazis in France, and they had to retake ground foot by foot. You know, I don't know a lot of what he went through because he didn't talk about it. So everything that I know comes from what my dad tells me, from what my aunts tell me. But I know that he was a person of integrity, and I know he would be so upset at what's happening right now in our country. His wife, my grandmother, at the time that he was in Normandy, she was a high school math teacher at Tomales Bay. And then later she was one of the Rosie the Riveters in Oakland, actually working in the factories. And I found, she was also the yearbook advisor for Tomales Bay High School. And I found some of those yearbooks, and I found the introduction, and I wanted to read some of that today. This was from 1942. Today, with the world engulfed in the greatest of all wars, tolerance of our fellow man is of primary importance. If we are to restore peace and liberty to the people overrun by the tyranny of the Nazi hordes, and see the totalitarian system of Hitler and his cohorts wiped from the face of this earth, we in the United States and the rest of the United Nations must be completely united, not only in purpose, but in a spirit of tolerance and goodwill toward one another. No matter what our race, creed, color may be, we are all fighting for one common cause: freedom and the preservation of our democratic ideals. And then in 1945, the high school students that my grandmother advised said this. They said, "All our lives, we have taken for granted the good things that are the portion of all Americans. We have taken them as our right without giving thanks to anyone, the way people take a happy family life. War between nations, like tragedy in a neighbor's house, has made us more conscious of some of our blessings. It has made us stop and think and learn to appreciate what we have. It's a wonderful thing to live in a country, a free country, where nobody pushes us around to make us do what we don't want to do. We can make our own decisions and live our own lives. We can go about our daily business and sleep at night, free from the terror of death and destruction. We, the students of Tomales High School, are grateful for an uninterrupted education and for a better understanding of the meaning of democracy. We are grateful, too, for the boys who are fighting our battles for us, and while they are doing that for us, we at home are trying to do what we can for them." So I wanted to share those because I think when I was growing up, I was born in 1990, we were used to peaceful times. We were not used to the things that we are facing today. And so I think on the anniversary of D-Day today, it's important that we remember that, and that we remember that the people who gave their lives 81 years ago, they were fighting for everything that we're fighting for right now. They died for that flag. They died for the Constitution. And I just want to make sure that we honor them by continuing the fight against authoritarianism and fascism in all its forms. And I brought a picture of my grandfather, Tom Sills. I'll put it on the table afterwards. But he was I just want to remember him because he was a farmer. He was a very gentle man. He was an author. He wrote a romance, which is pretty crazy. But he was a truck mechanic in the Army because as a farmer, that's what he knew. That's what he was really good at, was being a mechanic. And again, I don't know the details of exactly what he did in Normandy because honestly, I'm not sure if he could really handle all of that. But I know that he served honorably, and I want us to remember all of those, everyone here who has stories like that. I want to make sure that what they fought for was not in vain. So, thank you.